This is Jam and Jungle Boogie, a dance and movement class to help lead participants to better health and health practices. It's the 2007 Women's Health Conference with a safari theme.
We're on safari, and it's kind of as a journey as we go through life. So we have a lot of khaki and brown and animal print, a lot of vendors getting in themes. So it's been a fun day and have a fun evening planned.
Women of all ages began lining up at 12:30 for an afternoon and evening of classes and camaraderie, touching on major life issues from healthy cooking to spiritual development.
We have some health screenings, which of course we're doing blood pressures, heart disease being the #1 killer of women in this country. We do have some BMI, body mass index, just because obesity is becoming just a major problem along with diabetes and heart disease. We're doing vision screening, we're doing blood work, doing cholesterol, blood sugar, that lipid profile for the LDL and HDL, which is very important, especially as we get older.
Safari is a wonderful metaphor for all of the different types of jungles that we encounter in the world in our day-to-day life, from the traffic jungle to the computer jungle to the healthcare jungle to the hormone jungle, all those things that we experience that are challenges. And if we can look at it as an adventure and as a journey, it becomes a lot easier to find solutions that are helpful to us.
Okay, darling, here comes G.I. Joe again. Oh, baby, she's really flipped up now. Don't you look cute? Oh.
This is Preening the Plumage, one of several classes about beauty and well-being.
We as women tend to take care of everybody else first before ourselves. And it's just a busy world with our families and with our jobs. And we want women to come and learn, but more importantly, have a good time while they're here. Reconnect with some people. We've got retailers here as well as non-for-profit, for-profit, so they can go home and make their lives better.
Too many women are dying too early, and they have poor health. The thing that's so interesting is if you look at it, we take care of ourselves when we're in our 20s and 30s and 40s. We hopefully are exercising, but as we get older, it's harder to do. And we get busy, and the more we can remember that movement and portion control are the two things that we can actually have control over in our lives, then we can begin to look at how we can keep ourselves healthier.
I just learned so many things that helps me to relieve stress, to come down here. I just got through with a session about women's emotions, stress. Wonderful. The lady was wonderful. I feel renewed.
Gender issues and stress, we all handle it differently, not just gender-wise, but also age-wise and the culture that we're raised in. And in terms of being able to really get to women and say, hey, you know what, you got to take care of yourself first. It's that old cliche about traveling, put your oxygen mask on first. We all have to do that for ourselves, because until we can be full within ourselves, anything we give is going to have an expectation of getting something back. And when we're full of ourselves, and I mean in the positive way, then we can give to others, and it's always a blessing.
The conference has grown over the past 17 years. More than 900 registered visitors took advantage of the various displays and clinics.
I think we have more options than ever before, but sometimes what happens is we end up with so many options that we become overwhelmed and we become paralyzed. And the important thing to remember is, number one, what do I need to do right now to take better care of me? Do I need to call my doctor and get an annual checkup? Do I need to go and find out why this particular ache is bothering me and take care of it now? But checking in with yourself and having a better relationship with your body. And then, the internet you can do all your research online and then go to your professional. For example, for me, women over 30 are most at risk for cervical cancer. I'm now aware of that. And I know that if women will go out and get the HPV test with their Pap test, we can prevent cervical cancer. We can end cervical cancer on the planet just by getting people to take that test earlier.
Throughout the conference, attendees could take a brief respite at the massage center and enjoy a quick snack at the Congo Cafe. For many women, this conference has become an annual trek, a time to focus on personal needs and education.
I enjoy it. I look forward to it every year. I've come every year since I was in college, and I'm 35 now. I missed last year, but I'm glad to be back this year. And my mom and I, we have a girls' day out, and we meet lots of our friends that I grew up with back in another town. And we should look forward to all the fun and meeting everybody, and we have extra people coming with us every year.
We come as a family every year, the women in the family, and we just come and enjoy the day. And we stay for each one of the classes and then the dinner at night and see the speaker. It's usually really good. I look forward to this year.
Ask deeper questions. Get your screenings early. Don't wait for that annual to come up and then miss it a year later and say, oh, I'll get to it later. Take care of it now. You got to take care of your health now. It's the most important thing that we have. And you know what? You don't find out how important it is. And I had that experience. I didn't find out how important my health was until I was diagnosed with cervical cancer. And even having my mom diagnosed with ovarian cancer 4 years earlier, it was like it was her cancer, not mine. And so I was taking care of her, but I wasn't focused on taking care of me. And then I got into that situation of suddenly saying, wow, what's going on in my body? And now, 12 years later, I'm saying health is the most important thing I have. It's the most important, it's more important to me than money or anything.
And therein lies the real power of this annual event, teaching and helping women to take more personal interest and control of their lifestyle and health.
I want the women to leave here making better decisions for themselves and their health and their families, and taking time out for themselves. Not that it's self-indulgence, that it's self-preservation.
You always have a choice. You always have a choice about your health, about your life, about the way that you think, and to make sure that they make use of those choices, that they don't see them as just something that's on a bulletin board or on the internet saying, oh, you have a choice. It's not a cliche, it's an action. Take action on the things that are important to you, and number one is health.